Most people try to break bad habits with motivation. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel strong. They wait to feel inspired. Ancient philosophers did the opposite. They assumed you would feel weak. They assumed urges would come. They assumed discipline would be tested daily. And instead of fighting habits with emotion, they built systems of control. Stoic thinkers, Roman leaders, and early philosophers trained themselves to interrupt impulses, retrain identity, and redesign behavior, long before modern psychology existed. Today, I will show you how to break any habit using ancient philosophical discipline, not hype, not motivation, but mental structure. Because habits are not defeated by intensity, they are defeated by design. And once you understand this, self-control stops feeling like war and starts feeling like engineering. The Stoic truth about habits. Ancient philosophy never described habits as bad behavior. They described them as untrained impulses, repeated without inspection. A habit is not evil, a habit is automated. And automation without examination becomes slavery. The Stoics believe freedom begins when reaction becomes choice. Not when temptation disappears, but when reaction is delayed. Your habit survives because it is fast. Your freedom begins when you slow the moment down. So the first principle is this: you do not break habits by force. You break habits by interrupting automaticity. Rule 1. Separate urge from identity. Most people say, I am trying to quit. I am struggling. I am weak with this habit. Ancient philosophers rejected identity language like this. They taught, you are not your impulse. You are not your craving. You are not your urge. An urge is an event, not a self. When you merge identity with habit, resistance becomes harder. When you separate identity from habit, resistance becomes possible. Instead of saying, I am a person who can't stop this, say, this is an impulse my mind produced. Distance creates control. You cannot govern what you believe you are. Rule 2. Insert the Stoic pause. Every habit has a doorway moment, a trigger, a signal, a sensation. They trained what they called the discipline of assent, the ability to pause before agreeing with an impulse. Your only first mission is not to stop the habit, but to delay it. Delay is disruption. 10 seconds becomes power. 30 seconds becomes choice. 2 minutes becomes control. Urges rise like waves and fall like waves. If you do not act immediately, the urge weakens. The pause is your lever. Rule 3. Remove hidden permission. Bad habits survive on secret sentences. Just this once. I deserve this. It doesn't matter today. I'll restart tomorrow. Ancient discipline exposed these phrases as mental loopholes. Permission language feeds repetition. Stoic correction replaces it with identity language. This is not aligned with my discipline. This is not how I train. This weakens command. Habits are not fed by desire, they are fed by permission. Remove permission. Starve repetition. Rule 4. Replace. Don't erase. Nature hates a vacuum. So does behavior. If you remove a habit without replacing the action, the mind restores it. Ancient training always used substitution, not removal. Replacement. Replace the moment, not just the behavior. If the habit is stress eating, replace with a stress walk. If the habit is rage texting, replace with written journaling. If the habit is scrolling, replace with timed reading. Energy must move somewhere. Direct it, or it returns to default. Rule 5. Reduce environmental friction. Stoics did not trust willpower alone. They redesigned surroundings. They removed access, reduced triggers, controlled exposure. Self-control is easier when temptation is inconvenient. Make the habit harder to reach. Make the better action easier to reach. Distance is discipline. Convenience is destiny. Environment beats motivation. Rule 6. Train discomfort tolerance. Ancient philosophers practiced voluntary discomfort. Cold water, simple meals, silence, delayed pleasure. Why? To prove discomfort is survivable. Most habits are not pleasure addictions, they are discomfort escapes. Break the escape, break the habit. When you can sit with discomfort calmly, you remove the habit's power. Discomfort is not danger, it is training weight. Rule 7. Track behavior without drama. Modern people judge themselves emotionally. Stoics observe themselves clinically. No shame, no story, only data. I did it. I delayed 20 seconds. I failed once. I improved twice. Measurement creates awareness. Awareness creates adjustment. Emotion creates paralysis. Track like a scientist, not a critic. Rule 8. Use pre-commitment. Ancient leaders made decisions before temptation arrived, not daring. Write rules ahead of time. If urge appears, I walk. If triggered, I breathe 10 times. If tempted, I delay 2 minutes. Pre-decision beats in-the-moment decision. Because emotion negotiates, but pre-commitment commands. Rule 9. Shrink the victory window. People fail because they think too big. Never again. Forever. Complete change. Stoic training focused on today's victory only. Win the hour. Win the moment. Win the next decision. Habits are broken in minutes, not decades. Stack minutes. Habits collapse. Rule 10. Rehearse failure recovery. Ancient philosophy expected relapse, but trained recovery speed. The rule was not perfection. The rule was fast return. No guilt spiral, no surrender narrative. Slip, recover, recover, continue. Recovery speed is mastery. Deep Stoic principle. You don't defeat habits by hating them. You defeat habits by outgrowing them. Growth replaces compulsion. Training replaces struggle. Structure replaces chaos. Closing authority hook. You are not controlled by your habits. You are controlled by unexamined impulses. Examine them, and they weaken. Delay them, and they loosen. Replace them, and they disappear. Ancient philosophy did not promise comfort. It promised command. Not instant change, but repeatable control. Break the moment, and you break the pattern. Master the pause, and you master the behavior. Train before the urge arrives, and when it does, you will not react. You will decide.